The distress beacon cut through the void of space like a desperate scream, broadcasting on every frequency the Zephyrian coalition could manage. Captain Veltar's 3 hearts hammered against his crystalline ribcage as he watched the tactical display. Red dots, enemy ships, surrounded their small research vessel like hungry predators. "Status report," he wheezed through his breathing apparatus, the thin atmosphere of their ship barely sustaining his delicate physiology. "Hull integrity at 30%, Captain," reported his science officer, her translucent skin flickering with bioluminescent distress patterns. "The Korthak raiders have us surrounded. Our defensive screens won't hold much longer." Veltar's mandibles clicked nervously. The Zephyrians were explorers, not warriors. Their entire species had evolved on a paradise world with gentle gravity, pure atmosphere, and no natural predators. They had reached the stars through intellect and cooperation, never needing to develop the brutal instincts required for combat. "Any response to our distress call?" he asked, though he already knew the answer. The nearest coalition fleet was 3 star systems away, and their closest allies, the peaceful Etherians, were even farther. "Captain," the communications officer's voice trembled. "We're receiving a transmission, but it's not from the coalition." On the main screen, a face appeared that made every Zephyrian on the bridge recoil in instinctive terror. The creature was bipedal, with forward-facing predator, eyes exposed calcium-based dental structures, and skin that looked like it could withstand a plasma storm. Most disturbing of all were the scars, evidence of survived violence that would have killed any civilized being. "This is Commander Sarah Chen of the Terran Navy vessel Indomitable," the creature spoke in a voice that somehow managed to be both reassuring and threatening. "We've intercepted your distress signal. Stand by for immediate assistance." Veltar's primary brain struggled to process this information. Terrans, the legendary Deathworlders from the Outer Rim. He'd heard whispers of their homeworld, a nightmare realm with crushing gravity, poisonous atmosphere, extreme weather, and apex predators that hunted for sport. The stories claimed these beings had somehow not only survived, but thrived in such conditions, eventually spreading across the galaxy like some unstoppable force. "Captain," his tactical officer whispered, "long-range sensors are detecting multiple contacts approaching at impossible velocities. Whatever these Terrans are using for propulsion—" He never finished the sentence. Space itself seemed to tear open as sleek, aggressive-looking ships dropped out of faster-than-light travel with a violence that sent shockwaves through local space-time. The Terran vessels moved with predatory grace, immediately forming attack formations that spoke of countless battles fought and won. The Korthak raiders, seasoned pirates who had terrorized this sector for decades, suddenly found themselves facing something they'd never encountered, prey that had evolved into apex predators. "Korthak vessels, this is Commander Chen, the humans," voice carried across all frequencies with calm authority. "You have 10 seconds to withdraw from this area, or we will consider you hostile combatants." The lead Korthak raider, a massive biomechanical dreadnought, responded with plasma cannon fire, a show of force that would have vaporized most civilian vessels. The energy beams struck the Terran flagship shields and simply dissipated. "Hostile intent confirmed," Chen announced with the clinical detachment of a surgeon making an incision. "All units, weapons free." What followed wasn't a battle. It was an education in applied violence. The Terran ships moved like living things, their weapons systems synchronized with deadly precision. They didn't just fight, they hunted. Each shot was calculated not just for maximum damage, but for psychological impact on the remaining enemies. The Korthak dreadnought, pride of their raiding fleet, lasted exactly 93 seconds. It wasn't destroyed so much as systematically dismantled, its weapons and engines surgically removed before the coup de grace that turned it into expanding plasma. Zephyrian vessel, you are secure. Commander Chen's image reappeared on Veltar's screen. Behind her, Veltar could see other humans moving with efficient purpose. They didn't celebrate their victory. They were already analyzing it for improvement. Do you require medical assistance or escort to your destination? Veltar's voice failed him. In less than 5 minutes, these Deathworlders had accomplished what an entire coalition fleet might have struggled with for hours. Why? Why did you help us? The human's expression softened slightly, and for a moment, Veltar glimpsed something beyond the predatory efficiency, something almost gentle. Because you called for help, Chen said simply, and because someone should answer when the innocent are threatened. As the human ships formed a protective escort around the damaged Zephyrian vessel, Veltar realized something profound. His people had spent centuries searching the galaxy for friends, for allies who shared their peaceful nature and intellectual curiosity. They had found many such species, forming the coalition based on mutual understanding and shared values. But perhaps what they had truly needed all along weren't friends who thought like them. Perhaps what the galaxy required was guardians, beings, forged in violence who had chosen to protect rather than prey upon the weak. Commander Chen, Veltar said, his voice stronger now, the Zephyrian coalition would be honored to establish diplomatic relations with your people. The human smiled, revealing those predatory teeth, but somehow the expression conveyed warmth rather than threat. We'd like that, Captain. The universe is a dangerous place. It's better when we watch each other's backs. As they traveled toward coalition space, Veltar reflected on the day's events. They had called for friends and instead found something far more valuable. Protectors who understood that true strength meant defending those who could not defend themselves. The Deathworlders had indeed answered first, and perhaps that was exactly what the galaxy needed.